G'day reefers, I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Thanks for watching Gallery Aquatica TV. Today we're back at Seahorse Heaven and we're going to have a look at the tank and we're going to show you how we do a maintenance service on this unusual tank. So we've had this Seahorse tank running for a few months now, and every 2 or 3 weeks the tank has been getting a small service whereby we've been doing a water change and cleaning the algae off the glass and the substrate. But today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be focusing on the algae on the fake plastic corals, and the way that we clean the algae off the fake corals is what we're going to show you today. So this tank has been set up in an office, so it's very important we don't make a mess. So we're going to be very particular with the way we lay our towels out today. But there's one other reason why we need to be extra sure that every bit of carpet is covered in front of the tank, and that's because today we're going to be using bleach. So I'm just going to quickly clean the algae off the glass so we can see what we're doing in here. And as you can see, there's a fair bit of algae growing on the plastic plants, this one down the bottom and the one up the top as well. So that's the algae that we're going to clean off today. You can see the seahorses are really completely unfazed by the magnet cleaner. They're just doing their thing. So the way we're going to clean the algae off these fake corals is going to be by using a chlorine bleach bath. And so we're just getting set up here. We've got 2 buckets of water that are straight out of the tap. So they're both fresh water. Now to the first bucket, I'm going to add some normal household bleach. Probably use about 100 ml or so. And to the second bucket, I'm going to use a chlorine neutralizer. I'm going to use this in a single, also in a very large amount. So I'm going to start by putting the corals in here. So I always avoid putting my hand in the chlorine bleach. If you did feel there was a need to put your hand in there, you'd obviously wear gloves. But I find it very easy to do this sort of thing without actually putting my hand in the chlorine. So we're going to leave these under the chlorine as much as possible for probably about 10 minutes before we put them into the bath to remove the chlorine. So we'll leave them here like this for now. So the bleach pretty much just dissolves the algae off, and this big piece that had the algae up on the top, it's pretty much, well, it's totally clean. So we're going to put that in the bath, deal with that in a sec. And these smaller pieces, also, you can see there's no algae on them. Chuck them straight in. So this one's still got a little bit, but I'll take this off with the toothbrush. Okay. All right. So just get rid of every little bit of algae. Being that it's been in the bleach, this will probably go clear anyway, but I want it to look good straight away. And having the chlorine neutralizer at such a high concentration in here helps to make these corals, or fake corals, safe when they go back in with the seahorses. So I like to go over them anyway. I just feel it helps with removing the chlorine bleach off them. So it's important to note that this is a system for removing algae off non-porous material. So the plastic is good because it is quite easy to remove the chlorine off the items, but things like rocks and biological filter material and anything which is porous, you shouldn't do this system with. So just to be careful, I'm going to do another chlorine neutralizer bath for these pieces. You can usually tell just by the smell of the chlorine as to how much chlorine is left on the pieces, and I can't really smell any on these, so I think we're pretty good, but I always like to be extra sure. We don't want to kill any fish with chlorine, of course. The other thing which I'll sometimes do is just wipe them down, especially when you've got lots of filamentous algae. You'll find that it's almost as if the algae traps the chlorine, but these are totally fine. So now that we've bleached the algae with chlorine from the plastic corals and we've bathed them in the chlorine neutralizer bath, they're ready to go back in the tank. Alright, so I try and make sure that they're a little bit dry, and I think this one was up here. Watch out, little seahorse. Really want to wedge it in there so that it's a secure, oh, there we go. So it's secure for the seahorses to wrap their tail around. So check it out, how good does this look? All of the fake corals are perfectly clean and free of algae. The bleach does an absolutely wonderful job at bringing them back to brand new, basically. So that was our video for today, and it was great to check in with our Seahorse Heaven tank. We'll bring you more updates on this tank in the future. So thanks so much for watching Gallery Aquatica TV. I'm Cam the Fish Guy, and happy reefing. So that's our video for today. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe as well. We'll be putting out videos every week showing a new tank with new products. There's going to be lots in all the videos. I'm Cam the Fish Guy, and keep on reefing.